Welcome back to the Daily Clone as the Northwest Bank Studios have made a trip to my favorite place on earth. I'm at Hilton Coliseum as the men's basketball team had their final media availability of the summer as they conclude their 8-week summer workout. TJ Otzelberger provided us an update on Joshua Jefferson, saying that if summer workouts went another week, he'd probably be cleared to practice. However, Otz added that it's good for Jefferson to get healthy, and he's learned a lot about his teammates from the sidelines, even though he has been begging to get back on the floor. According to Otzelberger and pretty much every player we've talked to this summer, this 8-week sample size of summer workouts has been very, very competitive. Otzelberger says there's still a long way to go and a lot to learn about his team, but so far this is how he would compare this team to his previous four during his tenure.
Everybody likes to compare different teams. Right now we're in the fifth year, so is this team more like this team or that team? One thing I like is that at the guard position we have a lot of speed and quickness. You know, our first year here we probably had as much speed on the perimeter as we've had, even though we had some offensive challenges with Brockington, Kelsher, Hunter, and Grill. That was a really fast backcourt, and we have that dynamic again now with Bateman and Killian and Taman and Nelson and, some of that speed in the backcourt, which I think is so important to have in the league. I feel confident in Taman that he's going to have the year and then some that he had as a sophomore. We're going to keep him healthy. He's going to do his part. But his sophomore season, I mean, he was playing, at an All-American level, and he's capable of it. We're going to demand it. He's done the work to do it. But I think it's so important because he's the engine, and when he's really feeling good and he's driving winning, everybody gets on board. I think, certainly in the all-conference and that sort of thing his sophomore year, he's probably runner-up for Conference Player of the Year. And had we won a couple more and Houston didn't, he probably would have been Player of the Year. So I think for us to really elevate Taman to do his part, me to do my part, I think that can really help us stand out as a team. And then, I think it's a group, when you look at even like the front line, the speed and versatility we have with those three front court players at the center spot with Buchanan, Moulder, and Plata, it's probably, like Rob Jones, I couldn't be a bigger fan of what he did defensively, and we're starting to get some of those attributes back on that side of the floor where there's a speed, quickness, recognition, but also a level of toughness. So, we'll see how it continues to unfold, but right now those are things that stand out to me.
A lot of really, really good stuff there from TJ. Otz also had a lot to say about Nate Heise as Heise builds off of a strong finish to the 2024-25 campaign. Heise no doubt took his bumps and bruises along the way jumping from UNI to the Big 12, but now he's a more comfortable and complete player because of it. Otzelberger's challenge to Heise is now his everyday mindset.
So much of it starts with him, of his daily approach. When he comes in with a great spirit and a great mindset and a great mentality to practice, I think he can really elevate our team. We saw that at the end of the season last year with some really great play that he had. So I think for him, as he moves forward, it's always how does he approach the day in the team, what's his effect on his teammates, and when he does those things, I feel like the basketball part will take care of itself. So the majority of my communication with him this summer has been nothing about basketball and everything about mindset and mentality to approach the day and then impact on teammates. And those are the areas he's got to continue to keep his focus. When he does that, the play will take care of itself.
That's a good point that he made there. That's something that me and him have talked a lot about. When you're a freshman, everything's moving so fast, and it's mostly the stuff on the court where you're picking up small things here and there. But once you've, like I said, I've played so many practices, it kind of gets to the point where it's the mindset thing. It's more about mindset than it is really the stuff on the basketball court, and just continue to bring that every day, not taking a practice off where you just rest a little bit or that. I think that's something that we've talked a lot about this summer, and it's been a new experience for me because it's not something that you talk to with your coach as much. You usually talk more on the court stuff, but it's been helpful, I think.
We also spoke with Purdue Fort Wayne transfer and Pella Christian alum Eric Moulder for the first time. Here's what Otz had to say about the big man.
He plays really hard. He makes big-time energy plays. he really gives to the group. He cares about, he gets on the offensive glass. He has an uncanny ability to back tip offensive rebounds, whether it's a free throw, missed shot, and get extra possessions. And those have been times where we've been able to get a great shot for Milan or for Bateman or, one of those guys as a result of it. He's a guy defensively. He takes a lot of pride in the job that he's doing. He's somebody that his teammates know he's giving everything that he has to make those energy plays for our team. So those are really valuable. And I think a lot of times those plays aren't just worth one possession or 2 points that they may garner on the scoreboard, because they can help galvanize, elevate your group. And Eric does a tremendous job of committing to the work every day. And then because he's committed to the work, big time energy plays show up for him.
I definitely have a sense of pride. I'm very thankful that I was able to come a little bit closer to home. And it's great that I have a lot more people that I know that will be in the stands coming to watch games.
Summer practices wrap up on Thursday, and then the team will get a little over 2 weeks off before coming back to Iowa State for school in fall workouts. That starts on August 24th. We'll be back with the Daily Clone the rest of the week with more as we ramp up towards football season. But thanks for supporting Tuesday's Daily Clone from the Northwest Bank Studios.